The 2016 Valvoline Motorsport Ireland Forest Rally Championship in association with the following sponsors. Hello and welcome to the programme. This week we're coming to you from the scenic Mid-Ulster region of Northern Ireland, where after a 10-year absence from the forests, the McGeehan Motorsport Tour of the Sperrins Rally returns to gravel surface as round 3 of the Valvoline series. The event is also round 3 of the Northern Ireland Rally Championship, so competition will be intense across the Sperrins Mountains.
We're here in Mackarel for round 3 of the Valvoline Irish Forest Rally Championship, where Jared Lucy holds a 3-point advantage in the overall championship. But with tricky weather conditions and a quality entry, he won't have it all his own way.
Small bit of pressure now this morning, alright, so we're just hoping for a good clean run and keep it on the road, and hopefully we'll get there.
Desi, you took the win at the Moonraker. Are you confident you can do a repeat performance here?
Yeah, well, obviously it's the one closest to home, so we're hoping to have a good performance here today. We're going to maybe struggle a wee bit with road position, but all we can do is try our best and go as hard as we can.
Marty, this is of course your home rally, so advantage there.
Yeah, look, definitely, it's good to be home here doing the home event. We're back in the forest here again after many years on tarmac, so it's good to get back into the forest, I grew up with and learned. So I'm on a faster machine here now today than ever been before, but really looking forward to it.
And of course your niece Caron, you're calling the notes. It's a big step up for you today in the Skoda.
Yes, from Marty Esler. I've only been out maybe 3 or 4 times, and it's a big step up and different driver, and be nervous, but I think I'll be okay.
Well, best luck.
Thank you very much.
Derek, quite the ordeal to get here.
It was. We went for a bit of a test on Thursday morning, and we had a tree. It was cut down on the stage we were using the test on, and we done a fair bit of damage to the car. So very lucky to be here, and big thanks to the guys who worked day and night to get the car fixed to be here this morning.
Clerk of the course Alan Bolton and his team at Mackarel Felton District Motor Club laid on 4 demanding stages. Banagher, Dava, Wolf's Hill and Glen Sheehan, each done twice, with a 3rd run through Banagher finishing off the rally. A relatively dry start to the day soon turned wet as the rain came down, making technical stages even trickier. This would not help Desi Henry's cause, who was essentially sweeping the loose stones from the surface for the following cars. Despite this, he and navigator Liam Moynihan finished the opening loop of 3 stages, holding a slender 1 second lead. It wasn't the best of starts for rally sponsor Derek McGeehan. The Draperstown man picked up a puncture in his Mini WRC at the end of stage 1. He and navigator Arthur Cairns were 3rd after the opening loop. Marty McCormack and his niece Caron had been quickest out of the blocks and leading after 2 stages in their Skoda Fabia S2000 before slipping behind Desi Henry's Skoda R5 on stage 3.
Was 3 left into narrow bridge 60. 3 left, 3 right, in 40, 6 left, in 5 right and 6 left.
Darren McKelvey started well in his Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 8. He held 4th overall with navigator Graham Henderson. Just under 3 seconds behind and 5th was the Subaru Impreza S9 of Sean Sinclair, who was finding the going tough on the technical stages.
Repeat, 1 right, 1 left, don't cut, opens long. 1 left, don't cut, opens long, 40. Yeah. 2 right, don't cut, and 4 right long bumpy, 2 right don't cut and 4 right long bumpy.
Brendan Comiskey and Ronan O'Kane were looking to follow up a good result at the Moonraker as they held 6th overall despite a brief visit to a Stage 3 ditch in their Ford Fiesta. Still getting used to his recently acquired Toyota Corolla WRC, Adrian Hetherington had been 7th overall until he lost 4 minutes with an off on Stage 3. Slotting into 7th in their Fiesta Super 2000 were Mark Donnelly and Stephen O'Hanlon.
4 left plus here, don't cut 40 till a flat 5 right in. Flat 5 right now in, 150. And a 3 right down here, tightens to 2 right, watch it. 3 right, tightens to 2, 150 after. There's your 2, 150 now after. That's it, up a gear, good lad.
5 seconds adrift in 8th were Michael Carbin and Dara Kelly in the Mitsubishi Evo 4. Valvoline Series leaders Ger Lucy and JJ Kremen were having intercom trouble and lay outside the top 10 in their Evo 8. Matters were worse for Robert Moffat, whose run of good form came to an unceremonious end in Stage 3 as he rolled his Fiesta WRC out of the rally. It was a disappointing setback to his promising comeback to rallying. Not that son Josh looked too concerned as he arrived to check on his dad and navigator Jason McKenna, who thankfully were none the worse after their tumble. In the two-wheel drive battle, it was Oren Donnelly and Paul Hughes who led after 3 stages, holding 10th overall in their Escort Mark II. Just 8/10ths of a second behind in 11th were Shane McGeehan and Liam McIntyre. Former champion Shane had a new engine fitted in his Toyota Starlet, and it seemed to be doing the job so far.
Shane, it's definitely obvious that there's a new engine in. The roar is amazing out there.
It's going well now. We have a new Toyota Altez engine in that Dr. Keith McMullen and Cork built. That seems good. It's fantastic low down.
Third in the two-wheel drive standings, just 4 seconds off McGeehan, was David Crossen, with Chris McSherry calling the notes in their Escort. Fourth in the two-wheel drive battle, and always one to watch in his Mark II, is Seamus O'Connell, who held 17th overall with navigator Sean McGee. Defending two-wheel drive champions Mickey Conlon and Kieran McPhillips lost 20 seconds getting stuck on a bridge in Stage 3 and were just outside of the top 20. Joint two-wheel drive points leader with Conlon going into this round, John Gordon was looking to take full advantage and held 5th in the two-wheel drive battle and 18th overall.
There's not much in it.
No, it's tight at the minute now, so we'll see what happens.
Have you your eyes fixed on the title this year?
Yeah, well, we're going to push. We're underpowered compared to these big boys, but listen, we're going to try.
Also vying for a championship title were joint junior leaders James Driver and Megan Conway in their Ford Ka.
James, you're holding joint lead in the junior championship and a new engine to boot.
Yeah, that's it. We had a bit of drama now before the Moonraker, and the engine blew, so we had to go and get a new engine built for it. So we have a new engine in the car now, and we're fairly dialed into it now. So we're going to give it a good push now this round.
So we have a 2 left into a square right.
It's been a good season so far for navigator Megan, for whom the Tour of the Sperrins is only her 3rd event with James.
It's great to see more women involved in motorsport. What would you say to ladies that might be considering it?
Just to do it, don't hesitate. Just everybody's really lovely. Just ask somebody, and everybody be willing to help.
Derek Mackarel and Dara Hayes had been leading the juniors after Stage 1, but a broken fan belt and other mechanical mishaps saw them slip into 2nd.
Derek, you're hard at it, 25th on the road, and you're still multitasking.
Oh, not good. So it's not here today, but a couple of problems this morning, so I had with different things, and the fan belt come off in the end of the 4th stage, so we're kind of in a bit of rush here to get it all sorted up for the next loop. Hopefully it'll go well.
Leading the junior class after 3 stages were Adam Bustard and Aaron Johnson in the Ford Fiesta R2T. Back at the service area in Mackarel, Desi Henry may have held the overall rally lead, but his dog Mac seemed to be the centre of attention.
You've come smoothly through, but is there anything that you're particularly worried about from going through the stages?
Well, they are quite narrow and difficult. Again, it's just a matter of not clipping off and not getting any punctures, not doing nothing stupid. So no, we'll try and keep a nice clean line through it and try not to make any mistakes.
Early mechanical trouble and time penalties meant that the winner of the previous 2 Sperrins rallies, Derek McGarty, was way down the timesheets in his Fiesta WRC.
You're just shy of the pace.
Yeah, but I'm pleasantly surprised because on the first stage we have an overheating issue, so the car was on safety mode halfway through the first stage and the second stage, so stage 3 is the first stage that we got a clean run at.
So after a dramatic opening loop, it's still all to play for at the McGeehan Motorsport Tour of the Sperrins Rally.
The weather has not dampened the enthusiasm of the competitors or the quality of the driving across these challenging, fast-flowing stages for round 3 of the Valvoline Irish Forest Rally Championship. Join us for more after the break.
The 2016 Valvoline Motorsport Ireland Forest Rally Championship in association with the following sponsors. Welcome back to the forests of the Sperrins for part 2 of the McGeehan Motorsport Tour of the Sperrins Rally. The rain showed no signs of abating for the middle loop of 4 stages, and neither did rally leader Desi Henry's pace. The Antrim driver increased his lead to 6 seconds after stage 6, but stage 7 proved to be his undoing as he slid his Skoda Fabia R5 off the road and retired. Taking up the reins in the deteriorating conditions was Marty McCormack, who had his niece Caron calling the notes for the first time in the Skoda Fabia S2000. Here they passed the ditched Skoda of Desi Henry on stage 7.
60, big stop, square left, minus over mud.
Hold on, Desi's off.
60. Flat, bump, 40, 2 left, long, brake 6 right.
Now up to second overall, 23 seconds off McCormack, was event sponsor Derek McGeehan. His Mini WRC had over a minute to spare on third place Darren McKelvey, who unfortunately retired his Mitsubishi with mechanical trouble after the end of stage 7. The middle loop saw a number of top crews bow out of the rally, including 2011 winner Kenny McKinstry, who was making inroads to the top 10 after a poor start, only to retire his Subaru S14 WRC after stage 5. Exiting in a more dramatic fashion were Mark Donnelly and Stephen O'Hanlon, who rolled their Super 2000 Fiesta out on stage 4.
Caution, deceptive one right, tightens late, watch it, tightens late into hairpin left. Tightens late into hairpin left, over narrow bridge. Fresh air, narrow bridge, you know, fresh air, hold, purr.
Thankfully, the crew were unhurt. Conditions were catching a lot of drivers out, and after passing the stricken Fiesta of Donnelly on stage 4, Sean Sinclair made his own visit to the scenery later on in that stage.
Hairpin right. 200. Oh, dead weighted, hit the wheel hard. Mind you don't have a puncture. Watch the gauges.
Navigator Leon Jordan's concerns about the gauges proved prophetic as their Subaru Impreza had an engine blowout on the next stage. Now up to 5th overall, Michael Carbin had a lucky escape on stage 7, just managing to recover his Mitsubishi Evo 4 after getting his racing line a little off at this tricky section.
Michael, you have your eye on the championship title. Are you on track at the moment?
Yeah, I think we're maybe on track all right. I think we're in front of Ger Lucy there, so he's leading the championship at the minute and we're second. So yeah, that last loop now seemed to have caught out the right few people on it. It's very slippy and deceiving. It's very hard to figure out what to do in each corner, but thankfully we've got round it, so 2 more stages hopefully, and that'll see what happens then.
In the two-wheel drive battle, early pace setters Oran Donnelly and Paul Hughes retired their Escort with differential failure on stage 5. Shane McGeehan took over the two-wheel drive lead and by the end of stage 7 had climbed to 6th overall in his Toyota Starlet. 13 seconds behind and 7th was the escort of David Crossen, who was anxious to get to the finish of this increasingly tricky event.
David, you're just back in safe and sound. Was there any incidents out there?
No, not for us. There's cars off everywhere, so just 2 to go now. We just want to bring it home. We're second to Shane. He's too much in front of us, so just see if we can get her home in second. We'll be delighted.
With conditions levelling the playing field a bit and lots of retirements, John Gordon's less powerful escort climbed from 18th to 9th overall and was 3rd in the two-wheel drive battle. 9 seconds further back and 12th overall was championship rival Mickey Conlon. So with just 2 stages remaining, we caught up with the rally leaders at final service.
Caron, we know it's your first day calling the notes for Marty. How are you finding it?
Oh, I'm loving it. It's such a change, but I'm getting there and I'm just having a ball.
And how are your own nerves holding up?
First stage, it was very nervous, but after that, I was fine. I think it's because you're so busy saying the notes, you don't really realise how fast you're going.
Marty, you're going so well out there.
Yeah, look, we're having a brilliant run. We're having a great day. Me and Karen's getting on so well in the car, and now to be leading the rally, it's absolutely fantastic.
Derek, conditions are treacherous out there.
We, fortunately, Kenny had a problem in the stage out of service and we caught him, so we lost a bit of time. And then on one of the Davos stages, we had a stall in the start line and lost 8 or 10 seconds again. So we're still getting around, so that's the main thing, and enjoying it.
With the final checks all done, it's time for the final loop of 2 stages, where we turn to the battle for Valvoline Championship points in the various classes now. John Quill and Patricia Hogan took the runner-up spot in Class 2 in their Peugeot 206. Increasing his lead over Quill on the Class 2 leaderboard, Jason Dixon took maximum points, with Vinnie Boyd navigating in the Fiesta R2. Ed Muldoon and Mark Byrne had been 4th in Class 4 until mechanical trouble on the penultimate stage forced retirement. Stephen Cullen and Seamus O'Grady maintained top spot on the Class 4 leaderboard with 6th in class at the Sperrins. Ashley Dixon closed to within a point of Cullen as he took 3rd in class with navigator Niall Connolly. Over a minute ahead in second were Simon Woodside and Stephen Dowd, who finished 11th overall in the Mitsubishi Evo 9. But taking the Group N win and a very credible 4th overall were Niall Devine and Crawford Henderson in the Subaru Impreza. In Class 9, Colm Kearns and Terence McCabe were unlucky to only claim the runner-up spot, having tied with Rory Maguire and Grace O'Brien in the Vauxhall Corsa. They won the class after a tiebreaker, which awards the win to the crew on the final stage. Brian Little and Adam Semple took maximum points in Class 10. Tony McKenna and John Dinsmore finished 2nd in Class 12. John Gordon and Thomas Wedlock took the Class 12 win by over 4 minutes, were 3rd quickest two-wheel drive crew and finished 8th overall. Championship rivals Mickey Conlon and Kieran McPhillips had to settle for 10th overall, 4th in the two-wheel drive battle and 3rd in Class 13. David Crossen and Chris McSherry took the runner-up spot in the two-wheel drive battle and finished 6th overall, 17 seconds behind class winners Shane McGeehan and Liam McIntyre, who finished a fine 5th overall in the Toyota Starlet.
Shane, first home in the two-wheel drive. You must be delighted.
Yeah, we're delighted. We done a few tarmac rallies there this last while, and it's magic to get back into the woods. There's no feeling like the woods, that's where you should be rallying.
Tarmac regulars David Condell and Eugene McGrath were proving very adaptable on their first season in the forests as they took the Class 14 win and 14th overall. After their off on Stage 3, Adrian Hetherington and Gary Nolan did well to salvage 2nd in Class 15 from the day. Taking maximum points in Class 15 in their Escort Cosworth were Paul McCann and Paddy Plunkett.
Opens long. opens long, 40. 5 right, don't cut. 5 right, don't cut. Bumpy 3 right long. Into 4 right long. 4 right.
In Class 16, the juniors, Dylan Curley and Niall Burns succumbed to mechanical trouble, but had set some good times in their Fiesta R2.
Neat. And right 4. And right 6 over crest, 95. Right 3. And left 2, don't cut, slippy. Opens.
James Driver and Megan Conway took 4th in the junior class after a grueling day's rallying over the Sperrins.
Caution, slow crest, into a 3 right, slippy at the trees.
You're up.
You're okay, good man. Flat, 300.
Mother of God.
You're alright, good man.
3rd in the juniors was enough to move Shane Keneally and Ger Connors into a slender lead on the points table. With Derek Mackarel retiring before the final loop, Stephen Dixon and Tommy Hayes claimed the runner-up spot in the juniors. But collecting 2 tyres from Ears Motorsport for winning the rallytrader.ie Kumo Tyres junior class was Adam Bustard, who finished 13th overall with Aaron Johnson on the notes.
Adam, home in first place in the junior category. You must be delighted.
Oh yeah, very delighted. We had a successful weekend last weekend in the BRC. I decided to do one of our home events. Decided to get to the end and we got there, finished in one piece, so we're happy enough.
In Class 20, Brian Watson took 7th place with Kevin Duggan navigating in the Mitsubishi Lancer.
Crest past junction, only 40, 4 right. Only 40, 4 right. Go on ahead, keep her going. 4 right, 40. 3 left and over, loose.
Ger Lucy and JJ Cremen's earlier intercom problems were compounded by a time penalty, and the pair finished 6th in Class 20 and 22nd overall. Fellow Cork crew Mark and Aoife Murphy took 20th overall and 5th in class. Ian Graham and Tommy Mackarel were 4th in Class 20 and 16th overall on their home rally. Draperstown crew Stephen McKenna and Mark Donnelly brought their older model Evo 6 home 3rd in class and 9th overall.
News. 4 right, 40, 5 left, slippy, 5 left, slippy. Yep, 5 left, slippy. 60, turn 5 right up the hill, 5 right up the hill now.
Runners up in Class 20 and 7th overall were Brendan Comiskey and Ronan O'Kane. But taking the Class 20 win and a fine 3rd overall were Michael Carbin and Dara Kelly. The Monaghan crew now lead the Valvoline Championship.
This does wonders for your championship title.
Yeah, it definitely does. I wasn't expecting to get that sort of result, I suppose, today. I was out for to get a good result, but I wasn't expecting that there. So, yeah, I think them points should put us maybe up in the lead now of the championship.
Taking the runner-up spot on his home event was Derek McGeehan, with Arthur Cairns navigating in the Mini WRC. Taking over the rally lead on Stage 7, Marty McCormack was never going to relinquish it, especially with his niece Caron on the notes for the very first time with him.
Double jump and flat 2 right long.
They were clearly ecstatic as they crossed the finish line in the Skoda Fabia S2000.
5 left. That's it, Karen. Well done. Well done, Karen. Absolutely brilliant.
So congratulations to Marty and Caron on their fantastic win at the Tour of the Sperrins. But after 3 rounds of the Valvoline Championship, it's Michael Carbin who leads the race for the overall title.
The rain has been falling all day long, making technical stages all the more challenging. But it really has mixed up things across the leaderboard. We're taking a break now in the season until the autumn. But from me and from everyone here at the Valvoline Irish Forest Rally Championship, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.